Hello and welcome to Idea TV News at 9. I am Chidera Okere. We begin with the headlines. FGI's Polytechnic Transformation for Job Creation. EU funds South Africa School Safety Program. TOGO projects grants to drop sharply through 2028. Egypt launches first hackathon in New Valley to boost youth innovation. Away from Africa, STARMER refuses Trump pressure over Greenland. In business, FG doubles January bond auction to 900 billion. In sports, AFCON 2025 team of the tournament announced Senegal Morocco dominates. Now the news in full. The federal government has launched a drive to transform Nigeria's polytechnic sector, focusing on innovation, entrepreneurship, and practical skills for national development. Education Minister Dr. Maruf Alausa spoke at a retreat in Abuja today, urging polytechnic leaders to build research hubs, industry partnerships, and entrepreneurship centers. Dr. Alausa highlighted priority sectors including renewable energy, digital manufacturing, and agricultural technology, stressing the need for graduates who are industry-ready problem solvers. He also called for transparency, ethical leadership, and sustainable funding through internally generated revenue. The retreat brought together rectors, registrars, and council chairmen to tackle governance gaps, outdated curricula, and conflicts within the system. Authorities hope these reforms will strengthen technical education, boost job creation, and support Nigeria's economic growth. Moving forward, the European Union has committed nearly $6 million to support a national program aimed at making schools in South Africa safer and more inclusive. The funding will focus on preventing bullying and gender-based violence in public schools. The announcement was made on Monday at El Dorado Secondary School in Johannesburg by South Africa's Minister of Basic Education, Sivue Gwarobe, alongside EU Ambassador Sandra Kramer. The program targets the estimated 3 million students affected by bullying each year. The initiative will provide resources and support to strengthen school safety, promote gender-inclusive education, and encourage students to report incidents. The investment reflects a coordinated effort to address one of the country's major challenges in education. The Togolese government forecast a step decline in project grants from international institutions over the next 3 years. Grants are expected to fall from 166.9 billion CFA francs in 2026 to just 31.6 billion by 2028, a drop of nearly fivefold. The funds, largely from the World Bank and International Monetary Fund, support programs such as social protection, administrative reform, and agricultural modernization, I beg your pardon. In 2026, project grants will still account for over 10% of government revenue, but by 2028, they are projected to contribute less than 2%. Officials warn that the shortfall raises questions about the state's ability to finance public investment and social programs without external support. Tax revenues are expected to rise slightly, but the government said need to be refocused on budgetary autonomy to maintain development priorities. In another news, Egypt has launched its first ever hackathon in the New Valley aimed at promoting digital entrepreneurship among local youths. The initiative, called New Valley Innovates, is a collaboration between the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology and the regional governorates, with academic oversight from the National Telecommunication Institute. The hackathon will engage school students aged 9 to 18 and university students and graduates aged 18 to 35. Participants will develop technological solutions for local challenges, including smart agriculture, water management, renewable energy, tourism, and community services. Creative projects may range from apps and websites to video games reflecting the region's heritage. The effects will run from March 22nd to 26th, starting with training workshop and culminating in a final competition. Winners will receive cash prizes of up to 200,000 Egyptian pounds. Officials say the program seeks to nurture talent, stimulate local job creation, and strengthen Egypt's digital economy through youth innovation. We'll now go on a quick break. The news continues on the other side.
Hi, welcome to Idea TV, the first innovation television. At Idea TV, we bring you cutting-edge stories, insights, and shows that redefine innovation across Africa and beyond. Get ready to upgrade your mind. Idea TV is your go-to destination for the latest trending news, cutting-edge tech, and innovative ideas that shape our future. From technology and innovations, business, health, education, and agriculture, climate solutions, science, and research. Stay ahead of the curve with us at Idea Television.
Sustainable technology. Sustainable technology focuses on reducing the environmental impact of industries by leveraging green energy, recycling, and waste management innovations. From solar panels to green manufacturing processes, the focus is on sustainability as regulations tighten globally. But scalability remains a concern. Green technologies often require large initial investments, and the global infrastructure isn't always equipped to handle the shift away from fossil fuels. The sustainable tech market is projected to grow from $36.6 billion by 2027, with industries like transportation, energy, and manufacturing leading the way.
Welcome back. If you're just joining, this is Idea TV News at 9. Now the rest of the stories. Away from Africa, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer told Parliament today he will not yield to pressure from US President Donald Trump over Greenland's future. Starmer emphasized that Britain stands by its principles and values despite Trump threatening tariffs on European countries opposing his claims. Starmer added he will host Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen in London on Thursday to discuss the territory. Trump also criticized Britain TOGO's island agreement, which involves returning archipelago to Mauritius while maintaining a US-UK military-based lease. Addressing Parliament, Starmer said Trump's comments were aimed at pressuring him, but Britain's position remains clear. The future of Greenland is for Greenland and the Kingdom of Denmark alone. In business news now, the federal government has announced plans to double its domestic borrowing, aiming to raise 900 billion naira in the January 2026 bond auction. The Debt Management Office says the auction will feature 3 government bonds with a stronger focus on 10-year instruments to extend the maturity profile and manage refinancing risk. Finance Minister Wale Edun explained the government is prioritizing domestic resources to fund fiscal needs while reducing reliance on external borrowing. Coupon rates remain high, reflecting inflation and interest rate pressures. Investors can subscribe to bonds at 1,000 per unit with interest paid semi-annually. The government hopes this strategy will strengthen fiscal sustainability, mobilize domestic revenue, and meet rising budgetary demands amid global economic challenges. Finally, in sports, the Confederation of Africa Football has unveiled the official team of the tournament for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. Senegal, who defeated host Morocco 1-0 in extra time on January 18th, lead the selection with 4 players named, including Sadio Mane, the player of the tournament. Morocco also placed 4 players in the best XI, led by goalkeeper Yassan Bano. Nigeria, who finished 3rd, contributed 3 players, defender Calvin Bassey, winger Ademola Lookman, and striker Victor Osimhen, reflecting their strong performance throughout the tournament. CAF says the selection was based on consistency, impact, and excellence across all positions, using live data, video analysis, and on-site assessment to ensure an objective review of players' performances. And that's all we have for you on Idea TV News at 9. But before we go, here is the recap of the headlines. FGI's Polytechnic transformation for job creation. EU funds South Africa school safety program. TOGO projects grants to drop sharply through 2028. Egypt launches first hackathon in New Valley to boost youth innovation. Away from Africa, STARMER refuses Trump pressure over Greenland in business. FG doubles January bond auction to 900 billion naira. And finally in sports, AFCON 2025 team of the tournament announced Senegal, Morocco dominates. And that's all. Do not forget to follow us across all social media platforms at Idea TV. I am Chidera Okiri. Thank you for watching.